Hi, this is Mario Andretti, and this is Speed City.
Welcome back to the fastest hour in radio, Speed City.
Hey, Chris Medland, what's going on out there? Are you interviewing someone? I see you're muted. Are you around? I think he must have a microphone in somebody's face. Let's see.
I'm waiting to do exactly that, actually. I'm in the middle of a very tight scrum of TV crews before we speak to Christian Horner, so try not to ruin anyone else's show while I'm stood here. Sorry to interrupt, chaps,
yeah,
but
go ahead.
I've finally got Christian Horner in front of me. And Christian, sorry to be that guy, but I was watching through the window and it looks pretty animated at times in there, the meetings you guys were having. Just what's been spoken about since the end of that race?
Look, I mean, what's been discussed a bit behind closed doors. The drivers have discussed it, and we're all very clear going into Abu Dhabi as a team to do our best that we can for Checo to finish second in the championship. So that's the goal, that's the objective.
Max said that he wouldn't respond to team orders or not to ask him that over team radio at the end of the race. Why is that?
Well, it's something that we've discussed behind closed doors. So as I say, going into Abu Dhabi, it's very clear as a team we'll be doing our very best.
But from your point of view, it must be disappointing because you've had an epic season and here we are, one race in the end, and we're talking about a team orders route.
Yeah, I think Ferrari have probably got a bigger one to deal with.
Well, it's very true. And just finally, you say going into that race, are you confident that your drivers will respond the way you want them to in that final round?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Christian.
Very well and diplomatically, Britishly put.
Yeah, but did you hear how quickly Christian Horner responded to that? I mean, clearly Max is in the doghouse. To me, it sounds like even with Christian and Marco.
Yeah.
Would you agree, Chris?
Yes. The discussions I saw going on, which is why they try and lead with it to say, this was clear. They've massive glass-fronted motorhome units here. So you might say behind closed doors. A, the doors were open for starters, but B, not behind solid walls. So you could see they were very, very unhappy. And this was all gesticulating at Max's manager. There was no one from Perez's team involved in this that I was watching. So I think it's pretty clear that it's with Max that the beef is. And as we said, maybe it's entirely unnecessary. And perhaps, Christian not willing to talk about it there, but maybe by the end of a journey across to Abu Dhabi and when the dust settles a little, he'll explain more. But perhaps they were feeling that they'd discuss this with Max and would get a different outcome at this time of the year with the titles done. Who knows? But I don't think Max is going to come off particularly well, both within his own team and kind of in the wider court of public opinion, the way today's gone.
Boy, I tell you what, the plot thickens coming into this next race. The season finale with Charles Leclerc and Sergio Perez tied on points. What are you going to do?
Ooh.
And if you're not sure your drivers are going to listen, what are you going to do?
I managed it in the pit lane. Whoops, that wheel didn't come all the way.
Oh, Les Kaiser, don't you say that.
I'm amazed. I'm amazed that Christian Horner let that argument play out where people could see it.
Yeah.
And even over here, the president didn't go into the back room or wait till we're on the plane or whatever.
Yeah. Good point.
I wonder if that was a bit of a ploy, actually, from Verstappen's manager. Because he stood there in the middle of the motorhome and he's kind of saying, go on then, if you want to have a go, you're going to have to do it here. Well, it looked like Christian was willing to, but there's been a little bit of tension around that team over the past few weeks, hasn't there? We spoke about the Sky boycott, where some suggestions were that Verstappen and his team weren't happy that the narrative around both World Championships have been about potential wrongdoing. They haven't been fully positive stories. So if that is true, then what Red Bull did was probably to try and appease Verstappen in terms of that boycott, and they certainly haven't appeased him today.
Okay, well, coming up after this, we're going to talk about the influx of American sponsors into the sport, and we'll also see what else Chris can drum up for us. But stick with us, and we'll be back after these messages.